up, everybody? It's Prion Joni. So there's this comment that I commonly see from a lot of guys who can scratch on turntables. A lot of them say they can't scratch on controllers or CDJs because it doesn't feel like vinyl. And I get some other folks who ask me, how did I learn how to scratch on an itty bitty little jog wheel that doesn't even rotate? So my answer is really simple. It's all in your head. But today I wanted to really elaborate what that means and how to prepare yourself mentally if you are one of the folks that wants to take what you can do on turntables and translate it to a CDJ or a controller. You know, there's a lot of reasons why someone would want to do this. It can range from having the ability to adapt to different types of platforms or just simply being able to use more portable gear. So if this is one of you guys, this video is for you. So here are 5 steps to mentally prepare you to get you started scratching on a jog wheel. So step number 1, stop glorifying the turntable. If you think of a CDJ or controller as an inferior piece of technology compared to a turntable, you're not going to be motivated to practice. You'll always compare what the jog wheel feels like to what vinyl feels like. And the difference in the way it feels and the fact that you're unfamiliar to the jog wheel will actually discourage you from trying it or practicing on it. So there's something I see over and over with a lot of the turntable purists. A lot of them look down on controllers and say controllers are toys and that it does all the work for you. But then they'll turn around and also say they don't like using it because it doesn't feel right. So make up your mind. It's either a toy or you don't know how to use it. So back to you guys. What you got to think about is think about what makes them similar. They both control how the music behaves. When you put your hand on top, the music stops. When you press forward, it makes one sound. When you pull backwards, it makes another sound. Don't focus on what makes them different, which is just all physical. Focus on what makes them the same. Step 2, you just got to expect that it is going to feel different. A 12-inch vinyl record with the torque of the moving platter will feel physically different from a stationary 5-inch jog wheel. If all you've ever known to use is a turntable, then of course the jog wheel might feel a little strange and unfamiliar. Just like it took time for you to learn how to scratch on vinyl, it does take a little time to gain the muscle memory to be able to use the smaller jog wheel. But the fortunate thing is, it doesn't take as long. It's just a little bit of an adjustment. The big secret is that it's not even a secret at all. All it takes is practice. See, when I scratch on an entry-level controller or a regular controller or a CDJ or even on a vinyl turntable, I've practiced them to the point that mentally I don't even really notice the physical difference between all of them. It's not something that my mind focuses on. So if I learn a new scratch on the turntable, it doesn't take me very long to translate it onto my controller. It's more of a feeling that I'm one with how the track, the sample, or the song is moving along, and I'm more focused on that rather than the physical difference between them all. Not to get all deep, but I feel one with the track through the force. When you get to the point where the physical difference between how they feel is no longer noticeable, that's when you'll start scratching really well on the jog wheel. Number 3, the challenge is not in the gear. It's in your comfort zone. So this one is a big one. There are 2 main comfort zones you got to break. The first one is kind of an ego-related one. Some folks can't break the feeling of being respected because they're seen using a turntable. Before doing anything else, if you want to try new things, you have to let go of caring about what other people think. And the second comfort zone is basically you're going to be used to the gear you're already using. It doesn't mean this is harder to use. It doesn't mean it's easier to use. It just means it's different. When you've only spun on turntables, your mind and your body is only accustomed to doing it one way. It is way harder to break someone's comfort zone than it is to teach someone something new. It's a lot like learning a new language. You tend to always fall back to the one you already know how to speak. If you can acknowledge to yourself that you are doing something outside of your comfort zone, and there's going to be a lot of things that you know you want to say, but you can't say it yet, you will finally break that barrier that mentally inhibits you from moving forward and growing with the new platform. Step 4, know that you're not going to be that good at it right off the bat, and that's okay. So, following up on the whole topic of comfort zone, you might not be able to pull those babies, those crabs, those transformers all right away. They might be a little sloppy at first, but just know that's okay. You're learning a new language. Just know that it will take a little bit of time to get used to the small physical differences. But eventually, the goal is to get your mind not to notice the differences anymore. There's actually a positive thing here. If you already know how to scratch on turntables, you already have an idea in your head how well you can potentially sound when you're using a controller or a CDJ. And finally, step number 5, learn to embrace the differences and be open to new discoveries. There's going to be some techniques and scratches that you just can't pull off on the controller that you used to be able to do on the turntable. One of the things it is for me is the fact that I can't do hamster style. Not that you can't hamster the crossfader, but it just doesn't sound the same when I do my flare scratches on a controller because I don't have that forward torque momentum. So, however, if your mind is open to it, there are many new techniques that you will discover that you can do on a controller that's actually impossible to do on a vinyl turntable. So check this out. Mixmaster Mike's tweak scratch. You can't really do that on a controller. However, there's something on a jog wheel that you can do that you can't do on a turntable. DJ Flip from Pioneer DJ showed me this at DJ Expo, and what it is taking the side ridges of the jog wheel, and when you drag your hand forward and backward, and then kind of drag it opposite direction on the ridges, it kind of makes a little fluttering sound. Now, I'm not that good at doing it. I just learned how to do it recently. So, and the way Flip did it, it just sounded like a continuous crab scratch. The point is, there are many new techniques that offset the fact that you might not be able to do some old techniques. No pun intended. So yeah, I hope this helps all of you guys out. For you folks who genuinely want to translate what you do on a turntable onto a CDJ or controller jog wheel, expanding the amount of gear that you can use is always an advantage, and it opens a world of possibilities. This video is not about replacing the turntable with a controller, but it gives you an opportunity to expand to different types of DJ instruments. If guitarists can play drastically different guitars, I'm sure a DJ, a mix artist, a turntablist can play on different gear. So I hope you guys are open to the challenge. All right, guys. So if you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. I would love to read them and see what you guys are thinking. If it's your first time here and you found this video useful, be sure to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to click that little bell icon so you get a notification the next time I upload a video. All right, guys, it was fun. Thank you for watching. Take care.